to move on to the next topic. I need to tell y'all what happened at this daycare, right? So I ride past this daycare all the time, right? It's like I see it in the hood. It's like it's like a clean, a regular daycare. So I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was either three girls or two guys and a girl. They went inside this daycare and they robbed this daycare with the kids inside. And the girl sprayed pepper spray, where the kids were sitting at. So they pepper sprayed the kids. And this is, basically all over an iPad. So I don't know if this girl was, a former employee there or one of her kids was a student there or however it happened. I don't know exactly all the details, but they robbed this daycare, and which is daycares make money, but it's not cash on hand. So you're not going to go into a daycare and stick them up for cash because it's like they do like stipends and all kinds of shit. It's not really cash in hand like when you go in daycare. So it obviously was personal that this happened. So what are y'all thoughts on, what happened at this daycare and how do y'all think, what should happen now going forward?
I say pray for my city because this happened in our city here in Philly. It's ridiculous and it's happening all over the world all over the country as we're seeing it, just senseless acts of violence. It's ridiculous. One, we're putting children in harm's way, right? T, you know this. Aisha, you know this. Being in the hood, there was always street rules that women and children were safe. Daytime, people were safe. At night, what goes on at night is what goes on at night. But typically, women and children always were safe, right?
I mean, regardless of that unwritten rule now, who are your friends that's co-signing this and going with you?
That's where I'm getting to. Right. This world has changed so much that how do you go into a daycare and have other people with you and putting children in harm's way for an iPad and a couple of $100 from somebody else's taxes, right? Because that was somebody had tax money that they just cashed and they was up in there too. Like, how do you do something like that for that? Crazy. What you think, KP?
Where does the iPad come to play at? Did they rob the place for an iPad?
I don't know if it was the person, the person who was robbing the place, if they left that iPad there or whatever. But they were saying, when I was reading about it, they were saying that this is basically all over an iPad. So it could have been her iPad. She wanted the iPad. I don't know. But it all started because of the iPad is what I've seen.
Okay, I have to okay, they couldn't have been smart at all because I'm like you. Anybody know daycare do not keep cash on them. What you gonna rob them for the damn lunch that they have? I mean, really? And pepper spray the babies? They should be punished to the limit.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever did it, they should be punished.
Angela's.
I mean, wow.
Angela how they got to work. Most of these daycares, like when you walk in, the kids are right there at the front. Like the kids be like right there close to the door or whatever. A lot of these daycares, the kids are right there, accessible to it. So if somebody walks in, the kids will be right there. So what's your thought?
Right, but they put those kids in harm danger. I mean, you knew kids were there before you went in that pepper spray.
Right.
I think every parent that have a child there should be able to press charges.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Aisha?
I see this more times than not, that people are committing crimes where what you get from it is not worth what you're exposing yourself to on a criminal level. Like, you're talking how y'all busting down $200 and an iPad. Like, if you're on camera or witness statements or whatever the case may be, like, what if one of the kids had got hurt, permanent damage, like the charges that'll come from that? Like, your take is not, there's no ethical mind frame here for what these crimes that these people are doing now. I'm just so lost. Like, how you busting down this this, and you, like, how you busting down your tape basically is what I'm saying, and you're going to harm children and get all these extra charges possibly if you get caught. It's I don't understand it. It's like somebody murdering somebody and you walk away with $20. What is the purpose of that? And like Nell said, we come up in an era where, okay, if it was some stick up kids and they was robbing you on the street, you had to take off your earrings and put them in your pocket before you got on the L or whatever the case may be. Women and children were off limits. Right now, they just doing whatever. And it's scary. It's scary because that means they don't give a fuck about nobody.
Nobody.
That's why I said it had to be a personal thing. And Angelia was saying, you know, some daycares do have a security door where you have to get buzzed in, but a lot of them still don't have that either, though.
They got this.
Really?
I was watching the news on Friday, and I was watching the news, and they got these group of teenage girls now, which back in the day we heard a couple years ago, we heard of the flash mob, right? Flash mob is a group of kids going around, quote unquote, catch and wreck. If you don't know what catch and wreck is jumping on people, rolling on people, beating people up for no reason, right? Now they got this group of girls ranging from ages 14 all the way up to 20 years old, going in and around the city of Philadelphia, beating young girls up for no reason. Right. The young lady posted something on her Facebook page, and I'm in front of hers. Her 14-year-old daughter was waiting on the bus to come home, and they jumped her for no apparent reason. The young lady don't know them. I never had no beef with them. They go around just beating people up. These are things that is happening across the United States or wherever unnecessarily. We got to take back our homes first before we can take back our streets, because who knows if that's our kid running out there being with the in crowd just because it's look good and it's fun or it's the thing to do, right? We got to talk to our kids and be in our kids' business to see what type of activities or people that they're hanging around, one, to get themselves killed, harmed, or even my house shot up because somebody's retaliating from what they done to somebody else's kid or to somebody else. It's a whole different level of craziness out here, right? Whole nother level of craziness, and it stems back to home. Us not taking care of home, us wanting to be best friends with our kids, us not being disciplinarians, us just turning a blind eye to what's going on in our homes and or whatever, just for the sake of not creating controversy between us and our kids, right? And I know it's easier said when you don't have a child, right? Because people will say, well, no, you don't have kids, so you kind of not know. But at the end of the day, we got to band together as a community, and we got to love on each other, teach each other, and also support each other and discipline each other. Because if not, we have a society full of crazy shit like this.
I agree, Nell, and it doesn't take having a kid to even know that. But my thing, I'm still stuck. Do you have daycares out there that actually don't have the security on there still?
KD. No, KD. There's daycares that you can just. There's daycares that don't even have the front door locked. You could just walk right in them. Like,
and parents still use them.
Yes, people do what they want to do. Everybody can't afford. Everybody can't afford it. Some people's paying out of pocket. They can't afford all that. They can't afford to pay those prices. So
I can tell. Okay, yeah, if it's a private daycare, or someone's running out of their home, then yeah, I can see that sort of, kind of.
No, Katie.
But I mean, that should be mandatory.
I'm talking about regular businesses, not in-home daycare. I'm talking about a regular corner store business that's turned into.
I mean, yeah, like them, I can understand that. But any daycare where kids are, I mean, every school that I know of, every daycare, even in my little small hometown, they have to where you cannot just walk in there.
Nah.
Yeah, you have to be buzzed in.
You can't just walk in. Let's say you have to be buzzed in. If I got beef with you, you could buzz me in and I could still swing on you right then.
Yeah, but you got when you're buzzed in, you got to tell who you're there for and all of that. I mean,
I get it.
Even my little small town take precautions like that now.
But when you live in a city of a million plus, It
Right.
don't be like small
work
town
like that.
USA.
Right.
You
Wow.
got the people that
Wow. I'm blown away. I'm
You live,
blown.
you live in the real hood,
here.
KD. You live in the real
Right.
hood.
Okay. I agree. You do. I agree. But
So,
on a side note, parents, I just would not use a daycare that did not have tight
all
security.
right, KD. So you're a single parent, right? And you work crazy hours, and this is you don't have family to help you. This is the only daycare that you can afford. This is the only daycare that'll take your kid at this certain time, because some of these daycares have wait lists, this and this and that. Like, there's a lot of things that go into this. So what are you going to do in that instance? Like, you got to do what you got to do. You can't be like, nah. You can't just be like,
Yeah,
nah.
well, when you put it like that, you got a point. When you put it like that, I mean, yeah, as a single parent, yeah, you're gonna do what you have to do.
Or
Yeah, I
or
mean,
in the summertime, you got daycares who take these kids out in the summertime and go to the parks, right? They be in orderly lines. They be posting them in the strollers. I've seen it, right? They be in lines. What
hmm
happens if somebody run up on you while you're walking the kids to the park? You can't stop that from no buzzer. People going to get you how they want to get. That's why I said y'all got to be cognizant of your surroundings, because people, if they going to get you, they going to get you. It ain't no buzzer going to
well,
stop somebody from getting in when they want it.
Right.
well, that's true, but I still say, being a school, all schools and daycare should not allow just anyone to walk in.
That's just
I
that's
guess I'm living in a fairy tale land or something.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
but
that's an unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, this
Look,
ain't.
yeah.
Viola wants to know if they got caught, or I don't know if anybody has got caught, or
Yeah,
I
one
just.
girl got court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was later arrested in court. So they got a video of her being taken into custody.
Yeah, I think this is a personal thing, so I don't think
Yeah.
it would take them long to find out everybody that was in.
Mm.
Right.
It was probably just a emotional at the time thing where somebody just snapped out and did some dumb shit, and now it's fucked up for everybody.
Or the child could have
Mhm.
went to school with the iPad from home, and the teacher
Right.
complicated and said, "I'm
Right.
not giving it back." And the mom went up there. You
Right.
know how these kids, these young people are. They go up there with just brazen,
Right.
no thinking first to say, "Well, let me see what
Right.
the situation was," and went up there wilding. And you know how that be. You got people that's like, "Yo, I'm on site with it."
Right.
People really be on site. That's